I want to first acknowledge and thank my sister, Mrs. Martha Alade, for the tremendous work that she has been doing in our community, rallying, mentoring, and really sponsoring women in technology in Nigeria. Congratulations. We recognize the commitment and persistence that it takes to build the organization to what you have today, with the recognition and the impact that you are having in our society, and just want to commend all of your efforts and proud to be associated with you. We cannot underestimate the role technology plays in our lives now and will continue to play in the future, whatever that new normal eventually settles down to be. What we have seen is that even during the pandemic, at a time when our larger economy was distressed, technology and the contribution of technology to the GDP of Nigeria continued to rise relative to other sectors of the economy to almost 18%. And the outlook is that that percentage will continue to grow in the foreseeable future. So when we look at the outsized role that technology is starting to play in our society, in our economy, and obviously in our daily lives as women, it is important that we ensure we have a seat at the table. And I think that truly is what WITIN is all about. The future of this country, the power, the economy, the wealth is tied to digital transformation, the role of technology to transform all our industries. And so it is really critical that we as women start thinking of how and organizing and equipping ourselves to play a role and have a seat at the table. I personally have been privileged. I had a wonderful female physics teacher in high school and also a female lab technician, and that really cemented my desire to pursue a career in electrical engineering. If they had careers that were more in the physical sciences at a time when, if you were a good science student, you were very actively encouraged to pursue the medical sciences, I had the support and encouragement to pursue electrical engineering, and so began my career in tech. So we have, of course, a few seniors, and for each of us that have been privileged, for all the mid-career professionals who have been privileged, for all the alumni of WITIN who have been privileged to have exposure and have a stake and have a role to play in the industry today, we have to ensure that we pull many more along and support the work of organizations like WITIN in ensuring that indeed that seat we have at the table is not just one layer, but that it's many layers deep, and that we have women who can step up and play a bunch of diverse roles and also significant roles, and that we're not outgunned when it comes to the numbers. And obviously the numbers are not in our favor today when we consider that as women we constitute approximately 50% of the population, but when you look at women and girls in the tech industry overall, perhaps you would find 25% representation, and even that 25% representation is not necessarily all in core technology roles, but it is in some of the softer areas. So clearly there's a lot of room and a lot of work that we have to do to close the gap to ensure we have better representation and participation. How do we close that gap? How do we advance women and girls in the tech ecosystem? Of course, our governments have a role to play, and we will continue to challenge and lend our voice that STEM education should continue to be emphasized, that education of the girl child, especially in our society, where young girls are typically left behind in favor of male siblings, especially in homes that are income challenged or are living in poverty, and the girls are viewed as a means of generating income without necessarily getting an education. That equal educational access, affordable and free educational access that is of quality would be made available to girl children so that they can have the access to the opportunities that exist in this digital world that's transforming all around us. But beyond government, what can we do? And I think each of us has a role to play. Clearly, supporting WITIN, the work WITIN does, as volunteers, as mentors, as supporters in any way we can, is one way. Another is clearly encouraging young girls, young women to study the sciences and math, and that prepares for a career in technology, but also encouraging young women to indeed pursue those careers. And for those of us who are already in those careers, ensure that we play a role so the young girls and the younger women have role models and mentors so that they indeed understand and can learn that careers in technology can be productive and fulfilling for women. In addition, for those of us who are in a position to do so, we need to recruit and train young women. We need to recruit them, we need to mentor them, we need to ensure that they have access to training and career opportunities to develop and live fulfilled lives. And finally, getting together in fora like this, a coalition of women playing active role. I know we have some men with us, and recruiting the men to support us as well will ensure that our voices are propagated further to all who can support the cause and who believe in the cause of women having an active role and a seat at the table, and our results will be amplified. I think each and every one of us have a role to play. Mrs. Alade has championed our cause and playing a leadership role, and I trust that we will all continue to rally and support the good work that is being done. Once again, I want to congratulate WITIN on this event today and wish that we have a very successful stakeholder forum, and wish the leadership and the entire organization greater strides as we continue to develop the tech ecosystem in Nigeria, across Africa, and ensure that we have better representation at the table. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. That was an excellent keynote.